Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, it is time to talk about lead generation ideas. We all know that lead generation is a huge part of your business and it takes time to convert leads. So it's really like the way that I look at it for very much for service-based businesses, it's pretty much a 90-day turnaround. So if you are spending a whole month not doing any lead generation, you're putting back your conversions by at least a month to 2 months, right? So this is why you should be always doing some form of lead generation. Otherwise, you can get to the point where you actually need to bring on new clients and convert new people and have no one to convert. So it's like a hole in a bucket, right? So if you think about your business like a bucket, we always need to be filling in leads and putting leads into the bucket, right? For people to buy, and then we nurture those leads in order for them to buy. And then there is always a hole in the bucket because leads leave, right? So people may purchase from you, but at some point they will finish purchasing from you. So they might have the transformation that you offer, they might solve the problem that you help them solve, they may move away if you're a brick and mortar, they may no longer need your services, maybe they close their business down and you help them with their business. Like there are so many reasons why a client will leave you. So it is important to always be working with generating leads. So this is where a lot of people get really stuck. They focus too much on social media marketing and less about actual lead generation. You need to be working on building your email list. Otherwise, you have nowhere else to sell to people. And if you are leaving your income up to chance by just trusting that the algorithm will send your content to the right people when it's the right time, right? It does. That's why people build email lists, right? This is not just something that's just a nice thing to do. That's why they build them. That's why they stay consistent with them because people need to feel comfortable and safe with you in order to buy from you. And so if you're consistent and regular, you're more likely to actually have people trust you. So it's so important that you build that consistency and you build your lead generation. Otherwise, you're just leaving it up to chance by finding people on social media and just, hoping that they're ready to buy when you're ready to sell. So I want you to think about what your lead generation options are, because there are so many new ways to do it. And I think that we've got to make sure that we're building in across the year. So if you think about your business over the whole year and you want to think about your ideal clients, you want to think about creating lead gen opportunities for them to come into your business. So what are they willing to give you their email address for, right? What are they willing to give you your email address for? Now you could build out an email list. You could even build out a text list if you feel like that's the right fit for your business, and starting to think about how you can attract people off social media onto that list. And so what is going to be valuable enough for them to give you their email address? Gone are the days where you can just create a checklist or a guide and just, it's just something that's there and then people are like, yep, I'll give you my email address. They don't do that anymore because they know they're going to get emails from you and they know there's like a sacrifice with it, right? So they're like, oh, is this worth sacrificing my sanity by having you hit my inbox? Do I really want to continue to hear back from this person? Because some people will download whatever it is that they get from you and then actually unsubscribe. And so you don't want that to happen. You want to build out something that's so valuable that they stay around, right? So you want to really think about how you attract your ideal clients and you want to map this out across the year. So I just recently did this with one of my clients because she's looking at launching something in September. And so we mapped out her lead gen options and created some really amazing offers that she could put out to the world. Now she's just got to go and create them. Now there are so many different ways to go about it because it's not necessarily just an opt-in, right? So, and I use those words lightly, like opt-in, freebie, lead gen, like they're all the same thing. You can do it in so many different ways. It could be an event that you run. It could be an online masterclass that you run, which is lead gen. It could be a guide, a gift, a template, a video series, a mini course. Like there's so many different ways to obviously serve your clients, but you really want to think about what's the solution that they want and what is the problem they're experiencing and how can I give it to them in a way that they want to actually download it. Because if it's not juicy enough, they will just scroll on. So gone are the days where you can be like, here, download my guide, or here, jump on my newsletter. It just doesn't work anymore. People don't want your newsletter. They want a solution to a problem they're experiencing, or they want a desire, right? So you really want to think about how you can create something so epic and so juicy. And sometimes it actually comes down to the title, like how you name it and how you make sure that you're really speaking to the value that they're going to get from it, like an actual outcome and a value that they're going to get from it. So otherwise, people just scroll on. So if your leads have all dried up, it's most likely because you haven't been doing any type of lead generation or asking them, having specific calls to action, creating an offer that they really want to give you their email address for and making it easy for them. One of the things I'm seeing a lot at the moment is people making it so difficult. Like if it's beyond 2 clicks, it's too many clicks. So it's got to be so easy for them to be like, yep, here we go. So this is where maybe using ManyChat might actually really help, right? So you set up ManyChat so it makes it super easy for people to respond to a post or a reel, and then they automatically get the link in their DM that basically says, here you go, here's the details of the thing that we mentioned in the reel. And you could set that up. It could be as simple as just creating a simple landing page and make it super easy for them to get access to it. Don't ask them 50 million questions. Don't give them 5 different steps that they've got to click through. It's got to be simple and easy and straight to the point. Make sure that you have somewhere to send people, and make sure that you can then continue to nurture those leads, because otherwise it's a waste of time. If you go and create all this amazing lead gen and then you bring them into that email list and then you don't email them, and then what happens down the track is then you feel like you have to do more lead gen because those people have gone cold. So you've got to have a plan in place when it comes to nurturing them. Consistency is honestly key, and I know that I bang on about this, but it's what sets everyone apart from people who are successful and people who are not successful. The ones that are consistent stay successful. So really think about what is your consistency and how can you stick to that. Now, once a month on an email is not enough. It's not enough. People are going to forget who you are, and a month goes by and then like, why was I even on this email list? And then they unsubscribe. So you need to have a stronger consistency when it comes to your leads and the way that you're nurturing them. And there's so many fascinating lead gen ideas that I'm seeing out there at the moment. A text list is one of those ones that seems to keep coming back to. I'm waiting for Australia to have a more price effective text list. Even a great way to do this is with a broadcast channel on Instagram, pulling them off Instagram and into like a Facebook group or into a Discord group, or creating communities or events where your people can hang out is honestly really worthwhile, and I'm seeing that working really well. But it all comes back down to your ideal client, right? It's got to be really fitting for your ideal client. So go back to the drawing board and go, what's something that I can create that would make my clients absolutely froth? Like what would make them go, I really have to have that? And that's what you need to go and create. Spend the time creating it and then promote it. Promote it until you are blue in the face, because that's probably when you haven't promoted it enough, right? You need to get it out there for more people to see it. So create reels around it, create posts around it, do stories on it, talk about it. Otherwise, people do not know that it exists. Make it really prevalent on your website, make it easy for people to access and easy for people to get that download. Time to think outside the box to create some new exciting lead gen opportunities.